We have a new hymn of the month. Welcome. We're going to sit at this welcome table. Turn to hymn 407 in your gray hymnal, because I'm going to be asking you in subsequent Sundays to not turn to 407, even though it's the hymn of the month. We're going to see if the traditional way of singing this hymn and many hymns in a call and response style. For instance, if I sang this, what would your response be to this? We're gonna sit at the welcome table. What would you do? We're gonna sit at the welcome table. Good for you. It's not quite that way. If you'll notice, there's a musical response to that, and I'm gonna ask Bill to play. I'll sing the first one, then Bill will respond in the way the hymn is written. So today, enjoy looking at 407, but we'll see if it can work with a little hallelujah tagged on at the end for you. So here's how it goes. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. Here's your response. We're gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah. Yeah, so that would be your response to that. All right, and then we'll all sing the rest of it together. Today, enjoy these three verses, enjoy calling and responding, and challenge yourselves, as you've already been this morning, standing and just responding to whatever I say as the opening verse. See if that works for you. I'll try to be good. But we're also going to invite you to be creative in another way. Traditionally, this hymn doesn't use just these lyrics. There's all kinds of lyrics that have been written to this melody over the last 100 and some years. So we're going to invite you to contribute your own, include a different idea, a different lyric, because that's how this has evolved over the decades. So each week we will add a different lyric to this, and we will print the words in the order of service instead of have you look at the hymnals. We'll see how this works. It's a very simple hymn. And you can respond as much of this as you can off the cuff. But let's try. Today we will sing it as written, but see if you can come up with like a 10-syllable phrase that we could include in the coming weeks of this month. They can leave it on a piece of paper, leave it in my hand, leave it at the back, leave it in my box, email me, whatever, or email any of us, and we will ponder the different ideas and pick a good one for next week to include in this opening hymn. So let's sing it as is today. Enjoy looking at it, seeing it, understanding it, and try to respond if you can, just without having to read it, because it's quite straightforward. Here we go. Bill, take us away. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. We're gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. Gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. All kinds of people around that table. All kinds of people around that table one of these days. Hallelujah. All kinds of people around that table. Gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. No fancy style at the welcome table. No fancy style at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah. No fancy style at the welcome table. Gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. Let's repeat verse 1. Verse 1. Bum, bum, bum. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. We're gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days. Hallelujah. We're gonna sit at the welcome table. Gonna sit at the welcome table one of these days.